My name is Trish Carter, and it is my joy and honor to serve as the chaplain manager for Cedarfield. Welcome to your town hall meeting. What a beautiful thing it is when sacred days overlap for two of the major world's religions. You may have noticed the Stations of the Cross art walk in the link between the hub and assisted living. This week between Palm Sunday and Easter is known as Holy Week for Christians. We will hold a Maundy Thursday or Holy Thursday service in this very space tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Friday, you may know, is known as Good Friday, and Easter will be celebrated on Sunday. Beginning at sundown tonight, Jews around the globe will begin celebrating Passover, which will continue through April 9th. A Passover Seder was held in the Prima Club Room this past Monday evening. In distinct ways, both Jews and Christians celebrate freedom this week. We are united in these, our holy days. Let us remember to honor all the ways that we are alike, but let us be grateful for the many ways that we are different and therefore have so much to learn from one another. Thank you.
Thank you, Trish. Happy Easter, happy Passover to all of our residents and team members. Today is also April Fool's Day. I will remind you of that several times during the next hour so that you don't get tricked. Anybody get tricked so far today? One in the back. We might need to get a microphone to you. Would you mind sharing that with us?
I'll tell you my story real quick. Paige Schultz, if you haven't met her, is our move-in coordinator at Cedarfield, and now apparently a resident prankster on the staff. She put a mechanical rat in my office today, ran across my floor. Paige.
I had Neil call me into his office and wanted me to sample the new no fat, no salt, no artificial ingredient potato chips. The bag was empty.
Who else got tricked today? Anybody? I thought I saw a hand back over here. Anybody have a plan to trick somebody today? Okay, Ms. Rucker has a plan. She's sitting right over here.
Amy, in my possession, I have had a greeting card for the last 15 years. It says, "Today is April Fool's Day. Why do people fall in love? You seem the person to ask. If anybody needs it, I've got it."
Any other April Fool's jokesters in the room, or anybody who has a plan to fool somebody later on today? I might fool my husband and not make dinner tonight. That would be a cruel joke because we'd all be eating cereal. We'll start off with some good news. Anybody have good news other than the weather is beautiful and I don't think we have to worry about ice anymore?
I have a calendar that has many days now that are blank for me to do things, anything I want to do, which is fun.
Awesome.
I'm on baby watch for my third great-grandchild.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it's past due, so
Any
anytime.
minute. Do you think there's any way we could arrange for the baby to be born during this meeting so that we can all get excited? Let us know. Any other good news?
I'll share some good news. My cute husband is playing I think I brought this up last town hall, the Scottish King Mackers M-A-C-B-E-T-H. I won't say it in the space, but he's playing that part through April 18th. And the reviews have been raving, and he's doing a great job playing the lead, and I'm a very, very proud wife.
Should be. Last call, good news. Anybody else? Having a baby during our town hall meeting would be really good news. No pressure. Okay, Emily, you're up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for listening to my good news. I really am so proud of James. Actually, the Goethals have seen the show, Betsy has seen the show, and James is doing such a good job. So, all right, I have occupancy updates and news about our upcoming marketing event. So as of last Friday, we are sitting pretty at 94% occupied in independent living and 98% reserved and occupied, which means that the 4% difference there are all of the vacant apartments that are currently reserved for move-in. So as of right now, we have 17 families that we're working with through the process and 9 available for our team to sell. We have 3 scheduled moves this month, folks who will be joining us this month, 5 scheduled for the month of May, and then a potential of 9 scheduled for the month of June. So that's what we're working through right now. Our marketing event, so this is listed in the Informer, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention as well. On April 28th, from 9 a.m. until 12 o'clock p.m., we will be hosting another one of our drive-up, drop-off donation events out in Town Center, right out front, where we invite members of our wait list to come by Cedar Field with their donatable items and papers for shredding. And that is available for you all to make use of as well. So it'll be right after taxes are due. So if you have boxes and boxes of things that you need shredded, and if you have any items for donation, we will have File Secure RVA on site. That is a paper shredding company that they will be shredding the papers right here. It's a very cool truck. Even if you don't have shredding, but you want to see some cool technology, come by because it's a pretty cool truck. Thrifty Sisters will be here to take household items, books, clothing, linens. And then we will also have Tech for Troops on site. So if you have any electronics that you're no longer using, those will be refurbished, so wiped completely clean of any of the software that you have on there, and then recycled and repurposed for military veterans. So if you have anything like that that you'd like to donate, those are items that we'll be accepting as well. And that's my update. Thank you very much.
The next person on our list is Jackie Franz, our Director of Nursing. I do not see her, so we'll save her announcement for a little bit later. So I will ask Kelly to come up.
Hello, everyone. Kelly Black, Associate Executive Director, doing a report for facilities management. We are eagerly awaiting the start of our incoming Director of Maintenance and Engineering. At the last town hall, we were still finalizing some documentation for her. So at this town hall, I'm excited to share her name is Denise Arnold, and she is coming to us from Vinson Hall, which is a very similar CCRC in Northern Virginia. She has over 20 years of experience in CCRCs and facilities management in CCRCs, which is really exciting. Denise Arnold. Denise. We'll be sharing a memo next week with a picture of her, so when you see her in the hallway, you'll know what she looks like and can introduce yourself. She'll be starting on Monday, April 13th. Comcast Xfinity cable installation continues on campus. Technicians are on the lane today. We expect them to finish on the lane today and then start on the court tomorrow. They'll then circle back to finish on the 4th floor of health services. We expect them to remain on our campus at least through early next week just to make sure that everything is working properly. If you have any questions, please continue to reach out to Amanda Kelly's number. Even though she's on vacation this week, we have Rachel Medeiros, our AIT. I've asked her just to give you all a wave. Will be available to answer your phone call and any questions you may have. Please also just keep in mind that the internet upgrade remains paused at this time. We'll be getting you more information about the update as we get better information on how we can best support that upgrade for you all. We're also aware of some phone outages on campus. Amy's going to speak on that in a little bit. Please, at this time, just know that's a completely separate challenge that we're working through, separate from Comcast. Thank you so much.
Sharon Brown, our Director of Housekeeping.
Good afternoon, everyone. The spring fall head cleaning has started for the year. We have already completed the outside cottage, so we're moving on inside. For the month of April, the spring cleaning will be for the entire 4th floor and also 1st floor A wing. These are the items that you can have done at this time. You can have your refrigerator clean, pull out your appliances to clean behind them, oven cleaning, blind washing, comfort washing. And also I added carpet cleaning in there also. I'm getting a lot of calls for carpet cleaning. And also a flyer went out yesterday to all the 4th floor and 1st floor residents. If you are interested in having these things done, please give Kiana a call in housekeeping department. Thank you.
A man who needs no introduction, Neil.
Of course, I need props. Neil Stoyer, Director of Dining. Nice to see you all out here. Great, and Robert, you know, I'm so sorry about chips and other things that occurred. Or you're welcome. It depends on your needs. Again, thank you. Have a couple different things that we're working on. First, events. Oh my gosh, we continue. I mean, I got Steve Giesling, the dining manager's calendar. It rotates. It flutters in the wind. Between April and May, there's over 40 events. And Easter, we have about 330 reservations. That's one that's coming up. And we really appreciate everybody participating in all the dining events and the things that we do. So thank you. But please look to the Informer, look on the slides, ask us. We'll give you updates. Boy, one thing that is being populated right now with reservations and is coming up pretty quick is the Titanic dinner. That is going to be 2 nights because it's so popular. We're getting reservations for, and that's April 16th and 17th. And I like Steve notes, it's the last dinner on the RMS Titanic, and it's going to be fun. Not only are the entrees, but we have a very unique dessert for the night too. So anyway, look forward to that. I wanted to talk about Go Green, what's going on here. And I want to thank our Go Green committee for all they do in the information gathering and seeing how is this going to work. And we have a target date. I won't announce that yet, but all the Go Green initiative started with us having to do away with styrofoam by July 1st of this year. And we were talking about, well, we need to switch out styrofoam as a single-use item. What can we use in its place? And when we talk about single-use items, I have one here that is a compostable product that's made like compressed cardboard or so, and it's a really good product, but it costs a lot more. And that cost can impact the budget, and of course the budget is y'all's money. So we are being really sensitive with what we are going to use. Now, this container here, for instance, would hold desserts, it would hold salads, it would hold other things, and it is not a styrofoam product. It costs twice as much as a styrofoam product. So the styrofoam version of this green container costs us 13 cents. Costs you all 13 cents each. Well, when we go to Go Green, this container costs $4.30. So if we use this container 500 times, which the company, it's a good company called Ozzy that has these products, when we use this at least 500 times, well, 500 times 13 cents is $65. So $4.30 versus $65. And you can see how the savings would just roll up for you. And the whole point of the program, besides cost savings, is the environment. Are all these things that you all have initiated yourselves in your lives over all these years. Now, the part about when we have the discussion with the Go Green team is, are we going to get these things back? A program works well when everybody is playing on the same team. And, if somebody gets their to-go meal, they take their container, and they're like, well, I'll return that in 2 weeks because I got a ham sandwich in there. It's not going to work. So what we will be rolling out is information about this for you, and everybody's going to be able to have a program that is convenient for you all and easy for you to get us the containers back. I will be around afterwards for any questions. Thank you.
So clearly, Jackie and Lauren are not with us, and Jackie did have an announcement to make about our new clinic RN, who is currently in our orientation upstairs. Her name is Brenda Bernard, and she will start on Friday in the clinic learning about how it operates and what Adeline does and what we do in emergency situations. She's very excited to be here, and I'm sure that many of you want to meet her and get to know her as well. So once she settles in, we will have a meet and greet in the clinic so you could come by and meet her. And we know that you will like her. We had several people who applied for the position in the last few weeks, and she was by far the best candidate that we had, and I think she'll be a good fit here at Cedarfield. So more to come on when we'll host an open house for her so that you could come and meet her. I do have a couple of announcements, and I'm looking at my clock. This might be on record the quickest town hall meeting we've ever had. No joke for April Fools. The first thing I want to talk about is Simple Community, the pilot program that we introduced to some of our residents earlier this week. Could you raise your hand if you attended that meeting? I asked you to do that because there were about 35 residents who were present. It's a pilot program that Pinnacle Living is sponsoring for about 50 residents. So if you didn't have the chance to attend that meeting and would like some more written information, you could come by the administrative suite and pick up some of that paperwork, and I'll be happy to talk to you about it. But the 35 people or so who raised their hand also might be able to provide you with some good information about the program. What it is, for those of you who are looking at me and saying, what is she talking about, is a system that's in place that provides EMS information about you, a vial of life that's computerized so that if something happens to you, the ER and anybody who's treating you has the most up-to-date information that's available. What it does, it pulls information from every time you fill a medication, every time you see a physician, every time you go to an emergency room, and it puts it in a database so that when you arrive in a hospital or there's an emergency situation, those who are taking care of you know exactly what's going on with you. So we're excited about the opportunity. We think it will be a great resource to keep people healthy and in independent living for a long time. The pilot program, again, costs nothing for residents to participate in and will be a 90-day program. And again, more information is available in our office, and if there's specific questions about it that you can't gather from the information provided, I'm happy to answer those questions for you. The next thing on my list is that, as all of you know who lived here for more than a year, that at the end of this month, the end of April, we provide an overview of the upcoming budget, as well as a brief review of what we've spent to date. And we also talk about the rate increase that will happen on June 1st. So if you haven't marked your calendar for that meeting, it will happen on the 30th of April here in this room. I think it's in the afternoon at 2 o'clock. And David Taylor, our business office director, as well as James Green will be here to go over some of the details of what we anticipate spending to be like moving forward for the upcoming budgeted year. And again, thank you for all of the committee chairs and residents who made suggestions into the budget. It has been presented to the corporate office, the CFO, the COO, and the CEO, and has gotten the thumbs up. We're waiting for it to be approved by the board now, and that will happen later this month. So again, that meeting will be held on the 30th right here in this room. Kelly talked briefly about phones. I feel like we have encountered a major, what do they call when 3 things happen at the same time and none of them are good? That's what happened to us in the last week or so. We had Comcast issues, we had internet issues, and we had telephone issues. One of the most pressing things were the telephone issues, and what was explained to me when I got back from a conference is that anybody who has a landline at Cedarfield has a phone number linked to one of 2 banks of numbers. So we have one big pot here with about 175 phone numbers, and one big pot here with about 175 phone numbers, and we lost one of those big pots. And if you don't know, then you're one of the lucky ones, because about 175 residents, from what I understand, did not have landline for about 2 weeks. As of this morning at 9 o'clock, I was told that everything is restored. So if you are one of the unlucky ones who didn't have phone service for the last 2 weeks or so, maybe you didn't notice it because you used your cell phone, but if you do have a landline, please go back to your apartment and check and make sure that you have a dial tone and that you can make a call. If you can't, please call Amanda Kelly's number, and Amanda picked a really good week to go on vacation. We're very, very lucky to have Rachel with us to be answering the phone and taking those messages down. But if you have any issues with your phone, please report those as well so that we can tackle them as soon as we can. Thank you for that. Lastly, I wanted to share, I know that if Jackie and Lauren were here, they would share that we are overdue for 2 of our major inspections. One is from the Department of Social Services, which monitors our assisted living area. and we get a checkup meeting once a year. We have a 3-year license, and once a year, the Department of Social Services sends in an inspection team to walk through and give us their thumbs up and their seal of approval. We typically have no issues with that. Actually, the inspector has shared with us in years past she really enjoys coming here. So we're overdue for that, so you might hear about that coming up soon. We've been preparing for the last 3 or 4 months for that visit and are well prepared for them to show up. The second inspection that we're a little bit overdue for as well is our Department of Health visit, and that's a little bit more complicated. That typically involves more than one surveyor and takes a few days. Our team is working diligently with Tamika Ross from our Pinnacle Living office to prepare us for that, and we're making great strides in the right direction with ensuring that everything is the way it needs to be, and all of our charts look great, and everything is just the way it needs to be. So excited for that to happen, but we'll be happy to have it behind us as well. We did have a pop-in visit yesterday that wasn't expected from our local ombudsman. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the Ombudsman program, the state provides an advocate for residents who live in assisted living and healthcare that doesn't work in the community to be a resource for them. And in the case that a resident isn't satisfied with the services that Cedarfield provides, they might reach out to the Ombudsman to help support them in communicating or changing systems that might be affecting them in our community. We typically don't work with the Ombudsman very closely because we have a team that works with residents and typically could resolve issues. But it is a service that the state provides. And I got a knock on my door yesterday at about 1:15, and the lady introduced herself as the ombudsman and said she hasn't been here in several years, so she felt like it was time for a visit. So I said, okay, let me put on my walking shoes. And the first place we stopped was the fellowship hall. And what she saw was about 175 residents in here attending a program that was facilitated by the Health Services Committee. So thank you to that committee for putting that on, and thank you for all who attended that. What her expression on her face was that is pretty amazing, that all of our residents come together to a program that is put on by residents and is facilitated by residents, and that's what type of community we have. We also walked through assisted living and healthcare, and she did stop some team members and asked about their working conditions, and a few residents and asked about what life is like in assisted living and healthcare, and she got positive responses from those residents too. So my heart beated heavily for a few minutes, and as I walked her out the door, she turned around and she said, you know what? One day I'd like to live here. So I felt like we did a good job. So that was the update on our upcoming inspections, and one that we had that was impromptu yesterday. And if there's any specific questions about the inspection process, I'll be around after the meeting to answer those questions. I'm going to ask Ms. Horowitz to come up with the resident council report now.
Good afternoon. The minutes of the last week's resident council meeting are now out, and please take the time to read them either digitally or in this form, but it's important that you know what's going on and follow what we're doing. So that's a good way to do it. And then the package of the minutes is always available in the library, so you can read them any time of the month that you'd like. Again, I'd just like to say, please treat yourself to a pendant if you don't have one. It could save your life. Sounds ominous, but it's true. So if you don't have one, please get one. And not an April Fool's joke, but wishing each of you a winning card at Easter Bingo coming up.
Easter bingo sounds like fun. Before I let everyone go, again, thank you for being here. I just want to remind everyone, safety is utmost important. It's lighter late at night. The weather is nicer. We have more residents walking. Please be careful when doing that. If you're an early riser like me and you get up early to walk, make sure you wear a reflective vest or something that people can see you. And also make sure if you're walking late at night that you wear something that's reflective so residents or team members could see you as well. The grounds are beautiful. They'll continue to be beautiful. Please take all of that in. We're very lucky to be here and live here. Know that you have neighbors who all care about you. Our residents care about one another. Our team members care about you. And this is no April Fool's joke. Jackie.
Unfortunately, in case you have not noticed, we no longer have CBS as a channel option.
Okay, so I learned about that a few minutes ago, actually, at about lunchtime. CBS has nothing to do with the package that we have. Comcast is working with the local station to negotiate the ability to air that channel. I know that I have Verizon, and we went through the same thing with Channel 12 not too long ago. We've been told that they are very close to finishing their negotiations, and you'll have that channel back pretty quickly. Any other TV-related questions? I've learned a lot about Comcast and phone service over the last few weeks. I'm sure you all have as well. Okay, thank you. Thanks for being with us. Have a great day.